Man, first the Z Bros break up. Now every time I wake up, somebody got a problem with Phil. Guys, this man
right off the bat. What are we doing?
This dude right here, before we had any of our fans out there, before we knew what we were doing, our very first episode of the No Contest Wrestling Podcast featured this man. He is now the World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk, welcome to the No Contest Wrestling Podcast.
It's debatable that you guys know what you're doing now.
Oh, no. We real good now.
We're better than we were, but probably not as good as we'll get.
Yeah. You sound like me now. 1% better every day, gentlemen.
Isn't that the goal, though?
That is.
So both of us, the pod and you, have been pretty busy since that first episode, man.
Absolutely.
The very first one was right before Hell in a Cell, and you have been on quite the journey, including main eventing WrestleMania.
Yep.
Now you're going for the second time. So I just want to start it off right, because I have to. Because I told you a while ago that I needed this sign. So if you would please.
What's this?
Sign my ticket from your first main event of WrestleMania last year.
Blue Sharpie, what do you want?
Oh, silver Sharpie.
You want a silver or white?
Whoa, how dare you? Want gold?
I mean,
bro,
you tell me.
We're wasting time. We got 30 minutes.
Craig Domino got the clock going already.
Right.
There we go.
So if you,
that's neat. I didn't know anybody dabbled in paper tickets anymore.
Yeah, bro. I've kept it. For
it's unbelievable.
Very good call. I wish I would have brought mine with me.
Yeah, that's what I didn't tell you. So take us through that feeling after that night one main event.
Oh gosh. I think with any big moment, there comes with it a sigh of relief and oh God, thank God it's over kind of thing, and I think that is amplified when the moment is good.
Yeah.
When the moment's bad, when it's when you shit the bed,
yeah,
you're like,
right.
Well, okay, I guess I'm glad it's over, but so much had been said and so much had been built up about me main eventing a WrestleMania. I felt like I put my best foot forward. I felt like we stole the show, and man, I was relieved that it went well. But I really just tried to live in that moment because it's so fleeting, and it was so important to me for so long. I wanted it to be. It wound up being everything I wanted it to be, legitimately, Because it's life. You got to take the sour with the sweet. But everything about that day and that night and that match, I thought, I don't think it could have gone any better. And there's that moment that they captured. And it's weird to say that I didn't know they were filming me because there's cameras everywhere, always in my face with Unreal and everything otherwise, especially Mania. There's camera angles that you didn't even know existed. There's drones now. I didn't know the camera was filming me. I was literally like, I'm surrounded by all these fans, and there was a moment where it was just mine. That moment was for me. I was by myself, and I let out a sigh, and I said, I fucking did it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
and with WrestleMania deciding to go back to Vegas, which financially is going to be such a hit to me. But going back to Vegas,
financial hit to him.
I mean, life's a gamble, and I like to do it.
They gamble in Vegas, baby.
So you're going back.
Yeah.
Going back to do it again, presumably on night 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to have your dreams come true, but then to go back and repeat for it to be against Roman. Talk to us a little bit about your mindset about a night 2 main event.
And before that, you said presumably.
Yeah.
I think we can officially announce here.
I just never know with wrestling, bro. They've broken my heart so many times.
I second that emotion. Yeah, I never know. There's a lot of real estate between today and April 19th. So.
Well, I think we can say here officially on No Contest Wrestling that, and I got this word from inside sources, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns is officially the main event of WrestleMania 42, which that means you are the main event of night 2.
How about that? Another NCW exclusive.
So
congratulations, Roman.
So, what are the emotions knowing that this time around it will be a title match on night 2, Tribal Chief's return, everything that goes into that? Because, while, WrestleMania, there's just things in wrestling you can't ignore. This is a bit of almost like a chapter closing on the Shield. You had your time elsewhere with Moxley and Ambrose and that feud. The Seth one just seems like that feud won't end. And now to get into a feud with Roman and kind of cap things in this way at a WrestleMania main event, are those things going through your mind?
Well, they are now, because you put them there. But night 1, night 2, the argument. I currently don't feel any more pressure to perform night 2 than I did night 1. Now, maybe that'll change. I think if it does, it'll be incremental. I don't differentiate between the two. People will argue that I once said in a promo, which doesn't make it real life, ladies and gentlemen. And God, they're the easiest ones to work.
Yeah,
they're the easiest ones to work, and it's just like that. And they're the ones that fold their arms and go, "I'm not worked. You can't work me." And I got you right here,
in the palm of his hand.
Got you right here. So the emotions will be high. I got to prepare. I'll always be like, "Oh, I got to get in better shape. I got to do this. I got to do that." But really, everything that I've ever done in my career has prepared me for these moments. This is all I ever wanted. This is all I would, when I would be screaming at Vince. And I need the experience. I need to level up. I can't level up. I can't be better. I can't sell more tickets. I can't draw more money if you don't put me in those situations. And here we are.
And the thing is, you did have the promo about night 1 of night 2, right? And last year you got night 1. But there's, I know you probably don't care about the naysayers, but the naysayers are still kind of like, well, he didn't get night 2. Now you've got night 2.
Yeah.
So nobody can say that is official. No one can say anything to you, right?
It hasn't happened yet. So
True that.
No, but they're always gonna say something. That's why you can't focus on those people, because they don't like me. So they wait, and they wait and they look for, oh, I gotcha. All right, okay, good for you. Yeah. I mean, to me, you're a fan. You're still a fan. You can say you hate me. More oftentimes than not, those small voices talk more about me than anybody else. I mean, Seth's always talking about me. Roman's always talking about me. My biggest haters are my biggest fans.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Write it down. Hold on.
Well, speaking of Roman, as you did, and we brought him up, not many people can box with you on the mic. We all realize that. But during Roman's promo on Monday, I think was probably the best promo he may have ever had. And it looked to me at one point that you got a little sly smile on your face. And because of that, I thought, and just correct me if I'm wrong, but I took that as you looking at him going, wow, you stepped it up right now. Am I off base?
No, you're not off base, but it's also, it pleases me so much as somebody who prides themselves on getting guys to become the best version of themselves. This is a shit talk business, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's always putting everybody else down and talking trash and all that. And I have a very self-deprecating style to where I'm always trying to spotlight the locker room and those others around me. But after a while, I feel like I gotta remind people of who I am. And a lot of people don't like that. But when a guy is on the microphone with me, if they don't level up, if they don't become a better version of themselves, I will eat them alive. And it makes me smile to know that they know it too.
See, I was right.
And it makes me smile to go, you did it.
See,
hell yeah! Let's go. Now we're here. We take them to the promised land. There's that, and it's not all me. Roman is amazing. He's fantastic. But we talk about gear changes in wrestling, and to find that quote unquote new gear, I think it's great. Cody's great at it. don't like saying anything nice about Drew McIntyre, but that's another guy that recognizes situations and steps up. Roman, like Seth, these are all guys that I feel like I have gotten something out of that other people haven't, and I pride myself on that. I think it's great. It takes two. It really does.
Yeah, like I said, I'm watching it and I paused it and I looked at you and I think I texted him. I'm like, he looks very happy in this moment.
Well, man, you're.
But that smile is also because I got you. I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
I got under your skin enough.
Now,
Love it. And I know we step up our game whenever we know you're on here. So
I wore my nice coat.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we knew we had to step
See
up.
the chain? I see it.
You see me? All right, now we saw Roman's comments about nobody stepping up during his absence, and people had a lot to say about that. But I also saw a comment that you had where you spoke about back in the day it was if you got the title, you get a bigger cut.
Yeah.
Your position on the card kind of motivated you to want to be better and want to get the opportunities and things like that.
Yeah.
But now things have kind of gotten into it where everybody has their flat salary. While that's good for the boys, it might be a little troubling elsewhere. So how do you feel that wrestling can capture a healthy level of competition to stay motivated? The same way that you say you get stuff out of people, how do you see that the young stars can kind of find that edge about them to kind of always want to be pushing forward with the characters?
It's up to the individual. And I was actually speaking to quite a few people that work in and around the NFL. It's not just a wrestling thing. They're paying these college kids now.
Yeah.
NIL deals.
And I've had more than one NFL veteran talk to me about how these kids ain't hungry.
Right.
How could you be?
They're already paid. And I love the fact that we get paid more money. I'm always for the boys. And I do think the hungry ones will find a way. They will break through. I see a guy like, Javon Evans.
Yeah.
He's hungry.
Absolutely.
Getting paid is great. That's the name of the game. That's always been the name of the game. But also at some point you have to talk about like legacy. Do you want to leave a mark? Do you want to change the game? It's up to the individual. It's easy to coast. It's easy to, sit in catering.
Rest on your laurels a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's easy. But I think it just boils down to the individual. At this stage, why do I care? This is because I still want to always give 100% and leave it all in that ring every single night. And I want the fans to know that and to walk away going, gosh, yeah, oh, man, he is the best in the world. Man, he worked his ass off. I don't ever want to give less than 100%.
I mean, and that's just from my perspective, the difference when, a lot of players retire. Not a lot of players get a farewell tour, and that seems to be a major difference, who really wants it more, who dedicates themselves to it completely. We've seen, obviously, John Cena's farewell tour. AJ Styles he spoke to us on the show about, when it's time for him to say goodbye, you won't even know. And then it happens.
Crazy.
Yeah, we were like, you're AJ Styles. How could we not know?
Sure.
Now, with you, do you think when it is time down the road, because you got a lot more to give, are you the type will the fans know it's Punk's last year?
I really don't know. I think it's big in Japanese culture and Japanese wrestling, the retirement tour. Mm-hmm.
Tanahashi just had
but like when Muda retired, like they did it. They were just like, here's Big Dome show. Here's all these shows. They've done that over there for many, many years. It was just new to, I think, Western wrestling fans. So Cena did it, and I thought it was brilliant. say this is the last time you're going to come see me. You're going to get to see me, put my boots on and wrestle or appear or whatever. With me, I really don't know. I almost don't like talking about it because I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. And the way our business is, like, I like to keep some things shrouded in secrecy and mystery, So we'll have to wait and see. I'm just trying to keep myself in one piece because I feel like I'm on the run of my life. I think I'm doing the best work I've ever done. Why would I want to step away from that now?
Absolutely.
So speaking of leaving, when you left WWE over a decade ago, right? And you did whatever you did, and then you made your way back. As you're on top now, and you seem, I think we talked about this, about you not being a guy who doesn't really have regrets, maybe, but is there any point of you in you, is any part of you that goes, man, like, what could I have done in this decade? Or are you like, you saved wear and tear on your body that has made you be able to have this run that you're having? Or is this something that doesn't even,
I would guess that because, I'll just go ahead and say it. Like, Vince was still here. I don't think anything was ever going to change. For me, at least. So, no. Like, can I think about, man, that's 10 years. Like, oh, I could have worked with AJ a whole bunch. I could have done more with Cena. I think I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, Tribal Chief says he graciously, scaled back for 2 years. Well, I graciously stepped back for 10. And it took him that long to become the superstar that he is. So I got no regrets.
Is there any of course, during the 10 years, all right, but as far as when you were there, you ever think about things that you could have got back, or like if there was a match you could redo? Is there any that stick out to your head?
Not off the top of my head. If I never came back to wrestling, I still think I had a pretty solid career.
Solid.
Solid.
Yeah.
The stuff I did with Cena, my match with Taker, the Straight Edge Society stuff, matches with Ray, the Jeff Hardy feud. It was already a Hall of Fame career chock full of moments. Now it's I'm almost being unfair now. I'm just piling them up,
Here on the Rich Eisen show, Rich hates when we describe something as solid. Because of his vocabulary, he's like, there's so many different words you can use than solid. But I will say, I will take his side on this. Solid doesn't really speak to what your career was. It was far beyond. It was legendary, man. It truly was. So, solid probably isn't the word, and Rich is going to like that fact that I threw that in.
Yeah, man, I ain't trying to hear that. So,
you don't have to work with him every day.
You brought up the Jeff Hardy feud, and I just, this isn't a question. I just don't have to tell you this as a fan, because I've told you before, I hated you.
I still get that today.
I hated you.
Because everyone loves Jeff.
Yeah, but so it's so funny, a full circle moment I had with my hate for CM Punk. Because the cash in on Jeff Hardy, all right, took all the spirit left my body.
Good.
And then later on in life, I meet you, we become pals. It's an aggressive friendship, but we become pals nonetheless. And I see you beat Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. And what happens? Money in the Bank stabs me in the heart again. What is that feeling? When we know where things are going to head? Yeah. But you know how much I was screaming, "Get the hell out the ring!"
The whole world,
get out
the whole
ring.
world.
Why didn't you just run away?
Run away!
Because you did it before. You did it one time, and you headed up, and we're like, dude.
I was so angry.
Yeah.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. This old man Punk, grizzled. Gray in the beard, I'm gonna stand my ground.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's a dude going out on a shield that night. That's all that is.
That's a good point.
Can't stand that as a wrestling fan.
That's an awesome.
Now, TJ, I got a little fact about Punk that you didn't know.
Well, you don't know what I know, but go ahead.
No, I know you don't know this. You know he secretly roots for the Dodgers.
I did not know that.
Yes, he
Bite
roots.
your tongue.
Hold on, no.
Secretly.
Hold
Any
on,
team.
sir. Let me finish the question, please.
He's
No,
going so.
Sir, please, please. Thank you.
Oh, you know what? I know where.
Yeah, please,
I know where you're
sir.
Yeah.
So he secretly roots for the Dodgers to continue their success. All right, winning these World Series the way that they have, so that there is a lockout, so that the WWE can have him perform in Wrigley.
Yeah.
This is a dream of his.
Yeah.
So we here at No Contest, since you know our first episode,
Our
we
number
at
one guy.
ESPN now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you know this.
We were jabronis before, but now,
Yeah, now
we climbed the ladder into
No, it's
success.
true. I'm not rooting for the Dodgers. I'm cheering for their continued overspending for mediocre players. That's really what I'm rooting for. I think there's going to be a lockout because of it all, and I think it's just going to open up the calendar for Wrigley, and it's going to be easier to be able to coordinate a date and wrestle at Wrigley Field. And man, what a bucket list thing!
Yeah, what was that
The
mean?
White Sox Stadium, though, would you still feel?
Oh man!
Guaranteed low rate state.
Now, what does Wrigley mean to you, and to be able to cap off, you know, being able to perform there?
There's a little bit of greed involved.
Okay.
You know, like as a kid born and raised in Chicago, to have sold out every building in Chicago that has a roof. Well, what's the next thing?
Right.
He sold out Pequod's Pizza one night. I don't think a whole lot of people
True.
realize this.
That
but
is true.
Yeah, you sold out
and
Pequod's.
many a Malnati's locations. That's true. Wrigley to me is church. I am not a spiritual person. I am not a religious person. Something about walking into Wrigley Field, like I remember it for the first time. I remember walking up the stairs and your eyes adjusting to the sunlight as it hits you, and walking out and just seeing the scope of the place and seeing the ivy, and it just has this aura. It has this feeling, and it's deep rooted, and it's such a special place. I would love to be able to say that I wrestled there.
Right.
You know, that's important to me.
You know, I was looking at Instagram the other day, and they had a list of, you know, top wrestling themes, and of course yours was on there. And I know the last time we spoke with you, you said how Living Color redid the song Color Personality for you. But one thing I didn't know or wanted to ask you about is I remember being in college, and a guy named Michael Hawley, who is a pretty well-known sports journalist, he introduced me to two things in college, which was A Tribe Called Quest and Living Color. So that's where my love for Living Color came. I was like, oh, wait, a black rock band? And the dude's got, what? Where did your love for Living Color come from?
I think it was 1989. I think that's when Cult of Personality was a single. I was on I was playing baseball, and the team song was Cult of Personality.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like it's been with me my entire life, and yeah, same thing. I remember seeing Corey Glover, body glove suit,
The yellow body glove, yep.
whipping his hair all around, like looking at these guys, just like, oh, this is crazy, you know, like, and something. I mean, I'm a white kid from Chicago, so seeing the black artists like absolutely rip, it was just like, it's eye-opening to me, you know? And I think that it helps kind of break a racial divide too, when you realize like, yeah, it's rock and roll. It's for everybody, and that's important to know. But what a banger of a song! What a great band, you know? Like I think their follow-up, their sophomore album is so good. Like, I just love everything about those dudes. And then to get to know them, and now they're friends of mine. Like, what a wild ride. Crazy. But yeah, 1989, playing Little League, that was our song.
And that was such a dope moment, Mania, when you came out and they're playing you live, because I remember telling you early, man, it's like, if he's coming back, little coach played him.
Yeah.
And then, you and Corey had that moment on stage, and I was like, this is so dope.
Man, I was just really in that moment. I wasn't trying to, be all hard and just, I was just like, man, you know what? No.
Yeah.
I'm just going to enjoy this. I'm going to have fun.
I mean, I think we all had fun watching it.
Good.
Our first episode, like I said earlier, was right before Hell in a Cell. Now, I want to thank you because that turned out to be, and I found this out just last year, that match, my daughter, my 8-year-old Jordan, has watched this match 4 times.
Oh no!
In fact, she she
on her own.
Yeah,
not with
not with me. I heard her behind the couch on her iPad watching it.
Okay. We were on the phone one day.
And I had to hang up.
And he's like, "Hold on a second, hold on." He goes, "My daughter's hold on, I got to call you back."
And I recorded it on my phone when my sister told me, yeah, she called me one day and said, Auntie, what's the match with the blood on it? So that's
the one. Yeah.
Yes. So that Hell in a Cell, you and Drew tear the house down. Amazing. Fast forward to this point, you both are champions.
Yeah.
But as soon as Drew gets the WWE title, it seems that the World Heavyweight title has now shifted to the number 1 title in the company. Do you get a kick out of torturing Drew, and will the feud ever end?
I love Cody. I wish he was still champ. I love Cody. I wish he won the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? He could have picked me. We could have had an all-timer. But yeah, I don't like Drew. I can only hope. It's weird. It's like the Dodgers. I hope he loses the title because that'll be painful for him. But there's also part of me that's just like, man, you know what? If he holds on to it, if he can hold on to it until our next Crown Jewel event, and then it's me and Drew.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would love nothing more than pinning him again.
Oh man. The underappreciated Drew McIntyre.
Right.
Can't win.
Let me ask you. Saw you and AJ. Well, no. Let me ask you this AJ thing first. September, your wife, the phenomenal AJ Lee.
Yeah.
She makes her return, man. And honest to God, bro, it seemed like that moment when that music hit, because we all had the anticipation. We could, at least if you saw it coming. Right? You're like, wait a second, Becky said she's got to come back. And that day, when you stood there and that music hit and she came out, it seemed like in this world that is so divisive and things are just going to crap, it seemed like everybody's soul got healed at that moment when she came out, like literally goosebumps for everybody. And you've got to look like you have on your face right now. Yeah. You were the proudest person on God's green earth at that moment.
I still am. 100%.
What did that feel like? Because I mean, I know you guys say, well, you're not sure if people. You had to know that we all wanted her.
I knew. I don't know what her answer would be if you asked her that, but I knew. Mm-hmm. And I'm proud, and I was proud because she's not getting this reaction because she's married to me. She's getting this reaction because she's a superstar in her own right who is deeply missed by the fans. Yeah. So her coming back in Chicago and me very selfishly almost inserting myself in it, like, no, I want to be out there when it happens. Right. I need to be out there. I need best seat in the house. I need to watch it happen, and I'm going to just sit there with a grin on my face like a goof. But top 3 moments of my career, honestly. I got to do something special with my best friend, with my wife, and it was unbelievable. Like telling her to go back.
When she did that part, and she's like, wait a second. And then, dude, it was just like, you thought the pop couldn't get any higher. Yeah. And then it was like, oh no, these go to 11. And it went to
didn't miss a beat. You wouldn't have guessed that she was out of the ring for 10 years. Yeah. Like her instincts are so sharp and on point. Mm-hmm. And being in front of a crowd again that is just that loving and that giving, she was just in the pocket, man. And it's a pleasure to watch. It was a pleasure to witness.
Yeah. Now that WrestlePalooza match, are you, being the husband, are you like trying to not, like, are you peeping how she's handling the match? Or what's running through your head during? And then what was that sigh of relief after you guys crush?
I loved that. I loved the setup. I loved the build. I loved that match. During it, I can't honestly say that I had like nerves and stuff like that. Like, I know how tough she is. I know how mean she can be when she needs to be. And she's a badass. She was built to last. I wasn't I wasn't sitting on the apron plagued like, oh, what if something happens? What if she get, no. I wasn't worried about her blowing up, looking bad, screwing anything up. Like, no, it was just magic. It was pure magic, and I knew it would be.
Now, getting back to the Hot Wings show, you got on there and the Hot Ones. Well, the thing is, you said something that made me go do some research. You were talking about Mount Rushmore, and you brought up the 6 grandfathers.
Yeah.
Which I had never known about, because they don't teach you anything in high school.
No, they don't.
About anything relevant.
Teach you American history in American schools.
So you mentioned Javon Evans, right? I know
Yeah.
you've spent some time in NXT, right? And so you know some of the kids down there. Now, we know Obafemi's going to be a star. He better be. We know Trick Williams is going to be a star, and we know Javon's going to be a star, right? But can you give me 6, and I say 6 because you brought up 6 grandfathers, 6 maybe NXT kids that you can say these guys or girls should be the next stars, the next future of the company?
I think you're seeing it unfold live on television. I think the call-ups have been handled pretty well. One of the first was, well, you mentioned 3 of them. I think if you look at the landscape of things and people who have been called up to the main roster, those are maybe top 3, but somebody who snuck in before them is Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
I think, and those are right there. Those are 4 black athletes. I think that's important to point that out. I think those guys are the future. I think those guys are special. I think Sol Roca.
Another black athlete.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
go ahead and say it.
Well, it's Black History Month.
Another black
Yeah.
athlete.
Universal
You know
Ruka.
what I mean?
Universal Ruka.
And you saw in the Rumble, Kalani was in the Rumble.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
JC, amazing. I think these are all people that are going to wind up paving the way and carrying the torch, really. NXT's stacked. It really is. Like, Ricky Saints is another one.
Yeah.
Black History Month, baby.
Yeah, stack.
Talent is
Royce Keys.
I think, shout out.
Yeah.
Royce Keys.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the name for a minute, because we're here. We're going to talk about it. Wrestling fans are so interesting because they complain about everything.
Everything.
Like, if they would Powerhouse Hobbs, cool name,
Pretty
Yeah.
dope.
right? This is a new start, and I think Royce Keys is a pretty badass name.
I dug it right off the bat.
Everyone's immediately going to poo-poo on it because they're used to Hobbs.
Yeah.
This is the status quo. People will always not like new things,
Yeah.
but then they'll demand new things. Oh, we need
Yeah.
new talent.
Yeah.
Okay, we give you new talent. Oh, but then they sour on it.
These
They'll
people
turn
aren't
on it.
stars.
Oh, like it's Stephanie Vaquer. What a great, oh man, blah, blah, blah. Put the belt on her immediately.
Oh,
People
yeah.
are like, ugh.
Yeah.
Is anybody getting to, I think Joe Hendry just won the NXT title.
Yeah.
Last night.
People are already be like, well, this Joe Hendry title run
It felt for 12 hours.
getting a little long in the tooth. It's just like sometimes, and I'm a wrestling fan too, so I'll go ahead and include myself in there so people don't think I'm picking on them. But like sometimes we're our worst enemies.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's part of the reason we wanted to start this podcast on this.
I think Ethan Page is another guy that's in NXT.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know,
He's so smart.
well, I don't know if he's smart.
All right.
Yeah, he told us he was
He's
smart.
a bad dresser as well, but talent-wise, the talent's there. These are people that are smart enough to utilize all the tools given to them inside the program in NXT, and they've all gotten better for it.
Yeah.
Love it to death.
I couldn't help but notice you didn't say Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
Well,
You were asking me, what was the question?
I said newer stars. He's already up.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that one.
Well, look, man, before we let you go, because I know you've got many other things to do, not as much fun as being here with us.
Certainly not.
You, CM Punk, World's Heavyweight Champion, versus Roman Reigns, officially the main event of WrestleMania 42.
So says TJ.
Before we let you go, back in last February, we talked to Roman, and Shay had a question for him about this belt, and I'm just wondering what your thought is, if we could roll that clip before you roll out.
Any chance the fans see you get bored and go after that thing one day?
If we're trying to lift the value, you know what waist it's supposed to go on. So, yeah.
ECW exclusive, y'all. Y'all heard it.
I mean, it's cute because you just said it's the #1 belt. So who elevated it?
No, listen.
Who elevated it? Who elevated it?
I don't have no more notes.
Yeah, I'm done, I think.
That's right. That's right. The best in the world.
Right.
And I like to say, too, years ago you called on to the Rich Eisen show before we let you go, and I told you I was excited for you coming back because, my Wi-Fi at my house was best in the world. My fantasy football team is best in the world. Literally, if I lift up my phone right now, best in the world. Just want to let you know, you are the world champion. I won my 4th fantasy football championship as the best in the world. So just want to congratulate you and thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. I just want to let you know that the best in the world name is carrying, and it's champions only. You know what I'm saying? Champions only.
Nobody give a damn.
He cares. I named my team for him.
All right, bro.
Come on, man.
Seahawks or Patriots?
Oh, Bad Bunny.
Cowboys.
My man.
Shambhala.
Bunny, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was a return of our very first guest.
Yeah.
And we hopefully will see you in about, 30 more episodes.
Yeah, man. We're about to hit 100, bro.
All right.
About to hit 100.
Come back.
We need you
Yeah, we still got to have that Bret Hart episode.
Okay.
You and Bret.
And you let the missus know, Mikasa Sukasa.
Yeah, we'll clean up.
I'll let her
we'll
know.
clean up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Have her in studio, yeah.
I'll let her know.
CM Punk, y'all. We about to have him sign some stuff.